Alright.
Oh my god, my ships are at war.
Let's see. I'm gonna go and pick a moderately zombie horde world. Nobody's in it. I want to pick one of these overpopulated ones. Well, if there's like 26 people there, I'm going to be starving to death. Especially when it's PvE, so I'm not allowed to raid them and steal their crap. Dedicated, 12 people. Not bad. I want to.
Arrows you throw.
I'm going to try out a new. Oh, that's right. The first time you load, it takes forever. Well, it builds all the hub cell data. I'm trying out a new base design that someone showed me. Works like you can make a base out of it or a fence for your base, but it basically works like a batting cage. They step up to it and they're not actually able to hit the cage at all. Crap, he's starting to fight. Always my favorite time. But it screws up their aiming so they can't actually target the wall at all. And it's something that anyone can walk up to and hit jump and they pass through. You can make it out of wood. I prefer to make it out of something a little more stable, like cobblestone, because cobblestone automatically upgrades to cement. So whenever you're starting out, I think I've covered it in previous. I'm not sure where I'm at. The first thing you want to do is start completing these start working on these early quests. You want to get a hold of some wood. Pardon me. Sorry about that. You want to get a hold of some wood, some stone, some plant fibers. You should have a good 5 to 15 minutes, depending on the setting the server owner put on it, as far as how much time you have before zombies will actually stop avoiding your area. But you should, when you first start out for the first time, you should start in a safe zone. So you want to take advantage of that. I've never been too huge on guns. As useful as they can be. I've always relied on melee combat and archery. So these bird nests are always nice. Depending on the server settings, we should be getting daylight as early as 4. The best biomes to find bird nests in, and it's not that they're increased in that area, it's more that they are easier to spot, is regular deserts, just straight up sandy deserts, and straight up sandy deserts and snow biomes are the easiest places to see the bird nests from. I'll be surprised if they can hear me. I like these little scrub trees because they're low HP and they're a quick way to get enough wood to get started. Really, the big thing is the stones. I need 5 stones to create an axe. These little bushes are a good place to get 2 or 3 wood with a single punch. Crouching is important, especially if you're used to some of the earlier versions of this game. You didn't crouch so much. The zombies were pretty easy to get around with the exception of the ferals. Now feral is a state of being, it's not a specific zombie. So you'll encounter zombies that are stronger, that they, like the mother, the daughter, the cheerleader. They look like the regular zombie, but they have glowing eyes and they're way faster. And they are stronger and all that. So once I've got enough stone, sweet. All right, let's make these guys happy and make the stupid bedroll. Because I want to get experience for come on, take forever and ever and ever. Snowberries, you can eat them, but I wouldn't eat too many of them. You can get snowberry poisoning. It's unpleasant. I can always drop another bedroll later on. Alright. Come on, give me my next quest. Craft a stone axe. Good. Alright. They take 5 stone to make, 1 stone to repair, but the durability goes down over time, obviously. Alright, let's make these stupid plant clothes. Alright. Craft. 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 Because the next quest is going to want me to put them on. There's a little bit of bonus to them. Alright, I'm looking for some stone. Oop, there's another bird nest. E opens it up, R grabs everything immediately. Saves you a little bit of time, especially if you're being chased. It's never a bad idea to collect wood whenever you can get it. How many times are you going to laugh at that joke? These yellow plants are nice if you have like food poisoning or dysentery. Cotton can be useful, although you can usually just scrap clothes much more efficiently. See some boxes, so it's probably just somebody completing their early quests. Nah, they didn't leave me anything. You can find some useful stuff in trash. I used to disdain this stuff, but it's one of the 3 components for Molotov cocktails, which are highly useful for crowd control. Alright. What are you wanting? You're wanting me to craft a club. Fairly useful. Bow and arrow. I've got to find some stone. There's a couple different base designs that are good. One of them that's dirt. One of them you burrow straight down until you hit bedrock at -57. Then there's this new one that I've experimented with that somebody showed me. It's really nice. I never try to jump up these walls. You can get a broken leg just climbing them. Alright. Always gotta keep a lookout in my peripherals as I run for bird nests. Yeah. This seems like a popular place to drop people from all the So you got to keep the different biomes. You got to keep in mind have different strengths and weaknesses. The grass biome has a lot of plants available in it. A lot more frequency of gathering wood. The desert biomes. Oh, finally a stone. I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. I crouch down so it makes it harder for me to get spotted by zombies. The desert biome has yucca in it. You can see all the stuff on the side that I'm getting. Yucca doesn't give you a lot of fullness, but it's pretty cheap and easy to make and carry and grow. You notice there's different types of trees. This is a blasted zone. It's like a forest fire or a bomb came through here. As you start to move in it, you get this misty effect where you can't see very far. I scrap everything I don't use. The trees that you run into here, they're going to give you half wood, half charcoal. You can use the charcoal in fires. So it's not, you know, it used to be it was only useful in the gunpowder recipe. But it has its uses now. In this blasted biome, you'll run into occasional mines, both... Well, you run into the hubcap one the most, though there's some cooking pot mines and stuff like that that you encounter. When I keep it on the clock, I don't want to spend all my daylight getting stone. And there's also a random chance of you catching fire on this kind of biome, so press A and kind of just repair that real quick. So you gotta be careful. Empty. Empty, so somebody's been through here. Yep. This is also a decent place to come across nitrate if you're trying to craft. I believe it's used in gunpowder, but if you're trying to craft fertilizer, it's one of the 2 recipes for fertilizer. It's one of the main ingredients. So it's a good place to come. One of my strategies early on is to get to a higher altitude point and look for cities. Ideally, I like to get 2 or 3 cities fairly close together with different biomes. Okay. This desert's decent for finding these. Aloe, if you take 4 of them, if I remember correctly. Weather. It takes 4 aloe. Yep. Cactuses. But 4 aloe will turn into the actual paste, and then you combine it with 2 cloth, if I remember right, and it makes the small bandages. So it's always a useful tool. Running through the desert's a little tricky because those stupid little cactuses pop up the last second. Oh, this weather's making my visibility dreadful. Yeah, thought I saw one. One of the other benefits to this place, let me make sure I'm not just walking in circles. One of the other benefits to this place is if you're trying to pick up small stones and crushed sand, this is a good place to dig. If you're looking to create concrete, that's some of the main ingredients there. That's clay. I don't really plant a lot. You can get that stuff with the axe, but if you use the right tool for the right job, you get better effects out of it. Alright. This give me a hard time because I'm wearing a hood. Now you'll see in the right hand corner, that's clay. Now, if you start overheating, the best ways around that is if you have leather, make a poncho. If you don't have leather, if you make a plant fiber hat, that will cool you down. There's a drink you can make if you got a cooking fire and a pot and some water and some plants. And you know, good old-fashioned taking a dip in the lake. I tell you what. Keep an eye on this. I don't want to keep an eye on the clock. It's already 11. Usually night falls around, well, it starts getting dark around 18 to 19, and it actually falls at 2200 hours. So I kind of want to be situated by then. If I've got to ride a night out without shelter, I'll generally crouch and spend the time collecting resources like rocks or wood. For whatever reason, in this game, the zombies... Yep, my shovel broke. For whatever reason, in this game, the zombies are susceptible to shadow, even at night. So if you're in the shadow of a building, it's harder for them to see you than if you're out in the moonlight. I'm not sure how that works with their rotting eyeballs and all that. Magic Fart. That's an interesting name. Yours can cause hallucination. Only if you eat a Sonic. Anytime you eat onions, it's like I spend most of the time with a towel wrapped around my head. I can't breathe. I'm going to stop at 300 for now. Alright. Oh, that's where it's empty. Alright, so I would need to get out of this damnable rain. Ugh. I don't like these standalone houses. There's usually quite a bit of zombies in and around them. Okay. Not sure how they pulled that off. They should have collapsed. That, oops, shoot, there's spikes I almost ran into. Wow, I just walked right through them. One little hole in their defenses they did have. That looks like a bird nest. Right, make sure I'm not walking in circles. I'll tell you, the zombies can be a pain in the butt, but the animals can be worse. The snakes in this game are really hard to hit. Bird nest. Water. The roads are also a good indicator on when you're coming up on a city. If they, pardon me, if they get smaller and smaller, you're probably just running into single houses. The bigger they are, oh, and that circle on the map is usually a campsite. There's some nice stuff there, but I'm on a clock right now, so. The chances of me actually finding all these parts are fairly low. I like to scrap them. Because metal. little road there. I'm hoping to get out of this damn rain. He's asking. He's asking if there's a way to wrap it up real quick. I just finished season 6. What the hell? So because I watched all 6 seasons, it's trash? Oh, okay. The first couple seasons are pretty awesome. Back to where I started. I need to get out of this rain so I can see further. Oh, that's a big road. Drop down onto a street here. Just walk slowly or you're gonna break your legs. Alright, so zoom out. Our bedroll's there. So at least I'm heading in the unknown direction. Okay, so bouncy. If it wasn't raining, I would be able to see pretty far ahead and have a better idea where I'm going. Damn this weather. So, since that's a little road, I'm not going to follow it. It's probably going to take you off to middle of nowhere. And now it's getting cold. Buster Hyman. That's a clever name. The road diverges here. I'm going to stay with the higher road. And since it's starting to get cold, I'm going to switch out for the hood. If this guy really wants to join me, shoot him an invite. But honestly, it'll be more trouble to track him down unless he's magically nearby. It'll be more trouble to track him down than it would be without him. I don't necessarily team up with people. Snow. Not an area I want to be wet. The temperature's dropping, so if I don't find a coat, I'm going to freeze soon. Yeah. It says build a... Damn this rain. It says build a campfire. At least the temperature's starting to go up. Deer. Crap. I don't want to use up all of my bows. All of my arrows, I mean. Sure where that deer went. Damn, temperature's going down again. The downside of the fires and torches attract Zeds. I was hoping this rain would have let up by now. Yay, the damn storm's finally over. The temperature's going up, so I'm not gonna freeze to death. No, when you first get your bow, you make arrows for the first time, you have to press and hold R and actually load your arrows. That was a frustrating thing when we first started. Oh, what's the first zombie I've encountered? Businessman. He's a fairly weak zombie. He usually carries money in his pocket, sometimes clothes. Not really anything good. Yeah, there's the angry, infected survivor. A little tougher to kill. A little more firepower. I had a guy last night was trying to kill a biker zombie with a torch. That was really dumb. And he's doing it at night, too. So he's attracting every other zombie that sees him. Waving the torch around like an idiot. And then he wasn't even doing barely any damage to the biker zombies. And the damn things are like tanks. They take a lot of hit points. They're killable. Especially if you have decent weapons and skill at using them. But, the torch... He's an idiot. He died like 4 times and then gave up. I'm like, congrats, moron. Maybe next time when I tell you not to do something, you listen. And a backpack in the road. I'm gonna be nice and not steal his stuff. Yeah. Well, there's a chance that he won't even be back to reclaim it. And those land claim blocks are pretty damn useful. And it's 1700, so I'm not really thrilled that it's this late and I still haven't even... Ooh. That little mark... Oh, crap, starting to get into snow. That little orange symbol means I'm close to a drop. Somebody was mining snowballs. You always crouch and see if you're detected or not. So it's a high point, look around. You don't see any cities. Snowballs can be useful. Because if you don't have a ready water source, you can always make water out of them. And that little growling sound is sign I should get out of here. That's a nice little find there. Alright, and then from here I typically will find a high point, look around, then run to the next high point. Always be careful not to run down these slopes or you're going to break your leg. Shoot me an invite on Steam. No, lazy butt. Shoot me an invite on Steam if you want to join up with me that bad. I don't give a crap if you join me or not. You join me in this game, I'm probably carrying you, so... Yes. Well, this is one place that I don't need somebody to carry me. Ugh. Not liking the look of that. Long flat stretch with no city. Crap. That yellow distortion means that block was painted. Bridge of land. That's a decent sign. Oop. We could go after that. But I'm not going to. Now, it's in the opposite direction, and it's a drop, so it's probably rocket parts I can't use, and a couple of... Yeah, like I said, it starts to get dark about 18 to 1900. We'll actually have night in a little bit, depending on the settings. So, campsites. There's always sleepers. Sometimes you can maneuver around here if you crouch without them. There's always a stump. Empty. The tents are a good place to get cloth. Even if you take the tent down, the sleepers will still appear there. Yeah, it's probably all empty. Yeah, they're jumping around, so they've been alerted, but they don't know where we are yet. So, there's usually a cooler. Okay, hissing sound means there's a damn snake around here. A window in a tent for some reason. Munitions boxes that take forever to open. Oh, and a couple of bullets that I'll likely never use. Awesome. I know, it's so positive. Alright, take a peek in here. No sleepers. The best strategy at night with no headlamp. with no headlamp and no night vision goggles. If you have a guy chasing you, just keep running straight, randomly crouching down. Because they run erratically, they don't chase you in a straight line. I don't like these scrubby savannas like this, because some of them have cactuses in them. And you don't see them until you're on them, especially when it gets dim like this. Oop. There's a lot of tents out here. And a deer. If I had a chance in hell of catching it. That's a nice find. The other good thing about crouching is you can use that eye to aim just above it at the pupil. Hold still for a bloody minute. Oh, there he went. This is yucca. You can get a stack of 50 pretty easy. That's cactus. Where'd the little booger go? 9 minutes these guys are going to be running, so... Well, I don't want to be anywhere near them. I'll stick with melee instead of trying to aim. And that lets us know it's nighttime. Drop a new bedroll because I don't have to rerun all this way. Yep. Not off the top of my head. I can get back to you tomorrow. Where do they run? Huh? Nope. And if you ever try to build these bridges, they're miserably difficult and tedious. You pretty much every 4 block spaces you have to lay a pylon that goes all the way down, and you usually have to build from the bottom up. Holy cow, this land bridge is taking forever. But every 4 block spaces you have to start at the bottom and build up. I built a bridge with help, and holy crap. It took forever and ever and ever and ever and ever with creative mode. When is this bridge finally going to be done? This bridge is the only reason I'm using this torch. Ah, crap, the bridge is over. So, I'm going to get off this torch. Oop, crap. Ah, one of these traps. These are usually hand dug. They're not usually a part of the server. So somebody cut a line in this road because they didn't want people driving across it. Pain in the butt. Yeah, if you drive a bike into this mess, you pretty much have to dismantle the bike. It's lots of fun. Plus side, by the time I'm out of this water, it should be closer to daytime. That factory could be a city, but it could be a factory by itself out of the middle of nowhere. Long, long bridge. factory. That's a, crap. It's a Trader Joe's. I'm going to pause to kill some time.